Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
Hello, my good friend Raymond. How are you doing this fine day, sir?
Well, pretty good. It's a good weekend. We had some good fights at K4.
Yeah,
Supernatural.
You're so dark, I can't even see you. I like it. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put on the light
Yeah.
for me, Papa.
There we go. That's a little bit better. So, I mean, we had a great card. Great fights. WNY did great. Southtown's MMA, like, even though like all our guys didn't come through with victories, they look great. Synthesis had a great showing. Atlas had a great showing. 765, they actually got a win, so it was really good to see. Elevation looked good, every one of the local gyms looked really good. So we can go right into breaking down the card. I still have my notes from the fight right in front of me because I know Ray Arias takes no notes ever.
Oh, no.
He didn't even crib off my notes this time. He just kind of winged it. I liked it. All right, so the card opened up with a 135-pound Muay Thai fight. It was Rysel Carpenter against Marilyn Blyserk from Fight Sports. It was Fight Sports against Iron Island. Oh, man. Dorian's already in here. Anyways, Rochelle came out. She scored the win. Looked much improved from her last fight. Same thing can be said for Maryland though. Like, man, both these girls looked a lot better than their first outings.
Yep.
Every time you fight, you get a little bit better. I'm sure Stonehorse was happy to get out of there with a win.
Yeah, it was a close fight, but yeah, they were going at it.
Yeah.
They both took some shots, Caveman. So the girls could hit too. So
yeah, Dorian is the herpes of the podcast. That's what you get when you watch porn.
Hey, no more porn for me.
Yeah. So it was a good fight to open up the show. It was a little bit anticlimactic, First round started good and then slowed down a little bit. It was good to see both girls. Both girls were getting better. And the next fight up was a 160-pound Muay Thai fight. Boss Abu Bajor against Jake Friendly from Fight Sport. Two Fight Sport people in a row. They're starting to make their gym name be known. They're coming out. They're fighting locally.
Yep.
They're building up their competition team. They're getting fighters, jiu-jitsu people, MMA people. They're I'm not laughing at Fight Sports. I'm laughing at Dorian here after I see Ray and one. You have on my addiction. But Maryland looked much better. Jake looked really good too. Jake came out. Abbas is really, 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 really good at kicking, and he's pretty good at punching too. Jake came out. He kept hitting that straight right hand on Abbas. And
I like when Boss showed little taekwondo moves where he do that roundhouse kick and then he came back to like with a side kick and hit Jake in the stomach.
Yeah, he tried to spin a back kick that missed too. And he was landing more shots. And yeah, I practiced last night, dude. I'm tired. I haven't slept really since the fights. I talk to fighters, so I say right on the podcast. I don't really care. I like to make fun of them a little bit.
Hey Ben, what are you doing, man? You working or you home? You want to come on? You want to come on?
Send him a
link.
link.
To talk about the fights?
Send him a link. Send Mr. Ben a link. This is a last minute podcast. We thought we were going to do it. We were the guests on, but we didn't get it. Anyways, the Abbas fight, that was a war, man, and that was a really close decision too. It was a split, and Abbas took the win. First win for WNY MMA on the card, and man, they had a really good night. Their fighters did awesome. It was good to see them come back too. Been struggling a little bit on the last few cards.
Yeah, they did good. They did real good.
Then next up was 135-pound Muay Thai fight. Yeah, Ben, jump on in. Ben's gonna pop in for a few. So third man in the booth, Ben Field is gonna jump on.
Let me send him that request.
Ray's not so good at this.
I know. I'm looking for the freaking app on my phone. Copy. Okay. Let me go to Facebook and let me find Ben Messenger real quick here. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm faster than Ray because I already got it done.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, then forget it. I don't know.
Ray sucks.
Oh man.
Sorry, guys. The show fell off the rails for a second there, but it always does, though.
Hey, they're used to it. They should be used to it by now.
Yeah, Jake, man, Jake's right hand looked really, really good. He could just work on angles a little bit, man. I think next fight, he's gonna look really, really good. Abbas is a tough matchup for anybody. Like I was saying, the next fight it was a 135-pound Muay Thai fight. We had Anthony Mixon fighting out of Western New York MMA against Tavon Boone out of Atlas Jiu Jitsu, and Ben was all about the Atlas guys and he told us how great they are, and that's a huge win for Anthony Mixon. I think. What do you think about this fight?
I think Anthony Mixon, he's so freaking fast. He moves the way he moves and punches. Oh man, he's fast as hell. And I think Boone has power for sure, but I think Anthony was a little too fast for him.
Yeah, like Anthony looked really, really good. It was hard to tell how good Tavon is because man, Anthony was moving so good.
Yes.
And then that was in running for fight of the night for me. Me and Ray give away bonuses at the end of the night. Obviously, we're gonna get into who got the bonuses tonight since everyone keeps Facebook and blowing me up on Facebook about who got it. But that was in my runner for fight of the night. I really thought this was a great fight. It was a third fight in, and it was like one of the best fights on the card.
I agree with you 100%. It was one of the best fights, runner-up of fight of the night. Yeah, I'm impressed by Anthony Mixon. I really am. Man, I just can't believe how fast he is.
Yeah, and he's so fast.
We got the
building.
How we doing, brothers?
Good.
Hey, what's up, man?
First fight, this one's awesome to see. He looked great. Well, that's what happens when you got this Sean Doyle guy working with you. Got that tattoo of the tree. Everything gets better in your life.
It was some incredible fights last night, man. Oh yeah, my goodness.
We're on 3. We're just talking about Mixon and Boone from Atlas. Like how I thought that was close to fight of the night.
What did you guys end up giving your fight of the night to?
We ended up we'll get there, but we gave it to Valone and Walker.
Oh Jesus, how do you not?
Yeah, and last minute fight too, 9 days out, and also Brett Valone got $200 stolen out of his pocket, so we wanted to make sure that we got him some cash.
How the fuck did that happen?
Well, it wasn't out of his pocket, so he was cutting weight. He was cutting weight for his sweeps were crisp. He was cutting weight for the fights Friday night, and someone went up into his locker and took his cash and his credit cards. What's up, Ed Rogers? Thank you. JCR Transport always supporting us. We'll get the videos up soon about giving the money away.
Did you see what he said?
All right, next up was our first MMA bout. We had Phil Pernelli from JT's Mixed Martial Arts against Manuel Bell from Premier Martial Arts. What did you guys think about this one?
Insane. Like nothing wasn't good. You know what I mean?
What do you think?
Phil's a big kid, man. Phil?
Yeah. That's
a big kid. I think he just needs to train more his kickboxing. He got the best trainer, Joe Taylor. So, but it was a good fight. It was a grown man versus a teenager.
Kind of. I was really no, they didn't steal his wallet, just his money and his cards. They left the actual wallet itself. They just took everything in it. So they They took every thought to Skylar. No, it was at the sauna the day before the weigh-ins. It wasn't Skylar probably. Skylar's not making weight, so he wasn't cutting no weight in the sauna.
He wasn't in no fucking sauna before. Like,
Anyways,
weren't catching him near it.
this is the fight where Ben Field almost got us all arrested because he threw a foreign object into the ring. We had Phil on the podcast, and the whole podcast he was eating Mike and Ike's, and every time someone talked about the podcast, they'd be like, who's the Mike and Ike's guy? So Phil's nickname is gonna be Mike and Ike's. Ben threw the Mike and Ike's in, and we gave it away to Manuel because Manuel's the one that took it.
It was funny too when they landed. Everybody just turned around.
With Ray's encouragement. All right.
Yeah, I feel bad for Phil. Phil actually reached out to me today, asked me how much my gym prices are. So hopefully he comes in and we give him some jiu-jitsu too to go with the striking that he's working on. And man, he's got world-class wrestling. So
he got talent. He just gotta work on some stuff, and he'll be back and he'll be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the desire to complete the entire circuit and be a full complete martial artist is definitely there. And we saw it, in fight 6. We'll get into that a little while with Pfeiffer and Sheehan as well. But
yeah,
when you have that desire, you have the determination, you have a good base set of skills working with somebody like Joe Taylor, it's really easy to go far in this sport.
Yep. And then Manuel won rear naked choke, broke Phil down a little bit with the striking and the exchanges on the ground. Phil just got a little bit lost and ended up getting flattened out and choked out. And that's how it goes. He wanted
that submission tonight.
That could have been submission tonight, but it wasn't. Next up, we had Andrew Bola, like Bull, against Derek Stablitz from Hybrid Defense. What do you think about this one, Ben?
So I go backstage before, and I go into Derek's locker room. And I said, yeah, I just want to get the pronunciation on your last name. And he goes, oh, it's Staubitz. It's super German. I'm like, well, I'm super Jewish, so I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I left that locker room, and I did not go back into it until he was out of there. So it was a good fight, man. Staubitz, I think you said, kind of took this on short notice. So to see him be able to put on the performance he put on was impressive to me. Now, this was the one with the TKO that was due to strike standing, correct?
Yeah, the possible illegal knee.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the thing, is like, you can't, and I don't speak for Gamma in any way, shape, or form, so I don't want anybody to think that, but when it comes to potential fouls like that, you got to treat it like you would a criminal court case. Like, unless you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this happened, like, you can't, as a referee or as, a review official or whatever, you can't think you saw a knee. You have to know for sure that you saw a knee in that situation.
Yeah, and like even us, we have the purview of having replay, and they weren't able to even give us the angle of the replay to show whether that knee landed or not. We weren't able to see it at our desk, so we honestly can't say without a shadow of doubt that it did or did not land.
Even if we, yeah, and it's amateur mixed martial arts. So let's say we had that capability and we had a clear view, there's still no review official. You know what I mean? It's not like this is Las Vegas or somewhere where there's an actual review official that will sit down and look at that and can change that before an official decision is rendered. So it was one of those situations where it kind of sucks for Sheehan, but we are where we are here. Excuse me, not Sheehan. Yeah, Sheehan, right? No, Bolya.
Staubitz, the German guy.
Yeah,
the Anglo-German.
Volkswagen got the win. I'm talking about the dude whose ass he clapped.
Yeah.
Bubba,
I approached him after the fight and
was
said that was
off.
German engineering.
Yeah, the whole WNY corner almost ended up into a fight over that. That was a bad.
Bubba was pissed off.
Bubba was pissed.
Maybe the temperature in that corner was greater than 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
It must have been, and Bubba didn't have the fan
on.
We're getting the Honey Badger in on here too. He was one of the fight of the night participants. He won one of the bonuses, and if we actually do get him on here, we can we'll talk to him about his stolen wallet because I'd like to hear that story. Anyways, the only other drama in that fight was, hey, Honey Badger, was that stand up. Bola took Derek down, like Andrew took Derek down, and he was on top for like maybe 15 seconds, and then the ref stood him up really, really quick.
Yes, that was a fast stand up. Definitely it was.
I would have to go back and watch for that.
Yeah, we'll have to review this one on film and get Ben's expert opinion on it too. I think that stand up was super quick.
Now, hey Ben, do you think it was like a bad stoppage?
I think we did a really good job of kind of going over both sides of the coin last night on the broadcast, because you can get angry when it comes to the knee. That if there was a knee that landed, you could look at that as, that did the damage that led to I think we counted 15 unanswered strikes where all he did was all Bolia did was back up. So, I mean, I'm all for that stoppage. Same with the submission one we'll get into later. I mean,
Okay.
these are amateur mixed martial artists that aren't making a paycheck doing this. They have 9 to 5 jobs, and in situations for the gentleman with the submission or Bolia, you can't go to work with a face swelled shut. These guys have children and families they still have to provide for. So if this were the UFC and he was getting, fucked out of even another $5,000 at the lowest level in the UFC pay scale, I'd be a little upset about the stoppage. But how can you be mad when you're saving guys that aren't getting paid from punishment they don't deserve?
Yeah, what they always tell you as a referee to a fighter is don't turn your head away from the fight. If you turn your head away from the fight, they're gonna think you're no longer want to fight. And he was doing that every time he got hit. So I mean, that's not intelligently defending yourself. It's their job to protect the fighter. I thought that was a good stoppage. I think we talked about it. I'm always the first guy to be like, oh, why'd they stop it? And then when I go back and I realize it's amateurs and we're not looking at UFC, I always my mind dials back a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, that was a good stoppage.
I think we all kind of had that initial reaction, especially with that submission of like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, wait a minute. But it happens.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the fight you wanted to talk about. We had Corey Pfeiffer from Art of Combat versus Jack Sheenan from Synthesis.
This was this the one-sided one, right?
Yeah, this is the one with dominating grappling where Sheenan was just taking him down over and over, passing his guard. Pfeiffer would re-guard, he'd pass again, do a little bit of damage, and stand right back up.
So I'm working on getting the scorecards for this fight. Once Tom gets settled and everything, I'll get the official scorecards from Gamma, or at least what it was scored up until the end. I'm really thinking there was at least 2 10-8 rounds in that. We went over it on the broadcast, 2 of the 3 Ds, the dominance, the duration, and the damage were there. But like Zach, I talked to one of the judges from Gamma, and he said, you kind of have to see more than just what we saw in order for him to at least give a 10-8. And I believe he was one of the judges on that fight. So maybe only one, maybe no 10-8s, but we certainly were making the case for 3 of them in the booth.
Yeah, and so I'm not really exactly sure what they need to do to get a 10-8 in novice. How much damage can you do when you can't ground and pound to the head?
Yeah, I mean, short of snapping somebody's arm, yeah, what can you do?
So there's not really
blasting
too much
the leg kick.
There's not too much to say about this one. It was Jack Sheenan just dominating grappling over and over. The Synthesis guys look really good last night. And Corey, man, this is the first time he's went longer than a minute. So he definitely showed that he has the heart of a lion and the ability to go all 3 rounds. He didn't look tired. He just looked frustrated,
Yeah.
Especially at the end when he got up and you could tell that wasn't what he was looking for. Sorry, there must be a bit of a delay on my end. Let me see if I can fix that.
Okay. Next up, we got 125-pound MMA fight. We have Brandon Hay from West New York Mixed Martial Arts versus Larry Sangerdoff from Atlas Jiu-Jitsu, another Atlas guy. This fight was kind of a banger. Brandon ended up, he showed me his notebook, and in his notebook it said second round win, 1 minute, 47 seconds, rear naked choke. And if he would have got that, I would have gave him the submission of the night in the ring right there. but he finished the second round with like a minute left, so it was a little bit longer than he said. But this was a great fight. What do you guys think about this one?
Called the shot and got it done. How are you not you know what I mean? Like within a minute of what he said.
Of every every fighter in the card, I think Brandon had some of the best hand discipline of the night. His hands were always up. He's always moving. He looked really, really complete. I thought Larry was going to be much better, and he's looked much better on tape. I think Brandon just wore him down a little bit in the first round. That pace was pretty intense.
Yeah.
We saw a well-roundedness from all of Ed Anthony's guys out of Atlas. So it definitely, like, you know, you could look at that and knock Larry Sagendorf as a martial artist, but I think it more if you look at the overall performance of Atlas Jiu-Jitsu last night. I think it speaks more to Brandon Hay and the Western New York mixed martial arts training.
Yeah, he looked really, really good. I was super impressed by him. We gotta get him back on the podcast. That's kind of, man, submission night was hard to go for. There's so many submissions, so he was really close to the running of it. Next up was Pat Tome from Langworthy MMA versus Xavier Cardis from the 765 top team. So we had Chewbacca against against the biker.
That was a bar brawl, you know, that was going at it. It was throwing their hands. I gotta give it up to Bigfoot. He hang in there and he got power himself, so you know he got them hands. So oh man, it was a crazy fight.
I saw Pat Tome in the back. I ran back to take another piss because I drank like a gallon of water during the fights. And, he's sitting back there with a big bruise on his fucking head and all these bruises on his body. And I said, yeah, I'm just coming back from shit and blood myself after those knees you took. Oh my God.
He messaged me like he messaged me at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "Did we get fight of the night?" And I always hate to tell the big guys. I'm like, man, I couldn't give you a fight of the night, man, because the dude you're fighting got knockout of the night. So we gave Chewbacca knockout of the night. 765 made $200. It's probably like 6 weeks worth of pay. No, I'm just playing. But
that's like enough to go buy $50 worth of food stamps, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
so,
impressed
Xavier
with Xavier though, man. I'm really impressed with him.
Yeah, he looked great. What's that?
I was gonna say he's got rocks for heads, man. He's got a really good chin.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man, after I gave him a hug when he came out by the table, and his hairy chest and sweat was all on my suit. I gotta get my suit clean now.
Look, I got a stain.
I hugged him on the back too, and was covered.
His hair touched me.
You bleached that? You said?
No, I got a stain from hugging him.
You're gonna have to bleach it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw it out. I just put it on for the show so I could show everybody when we got to it.
Beautiful. Are you sure it's from sweat, or it wasn't your excitement from a couple of those fights, man? That co-main was nasty.
Yeah, every fight was nasty, man. I really, I think he's put together like awesome cards. So we didn't have like a huge name on this fight bill at all. Like, there was no like, great title fight, no 5 round or no pro fight. But every fight on this card was so good that it just made up for it.
There was a couple of like that co-main and the main going into fight week definitely had that holy shit factor. I think there was some excitement behind the Baker Herder brothers on the card. At least I know there was for me. And, we'll get to one of those guys here in a second. But overall, like you said, there wasn't really much that jumped off the card. And this was such a great quote from you last night, Caveman. There wasn't a lot that jumped off the card, but there was a lot to it, for the actual fan of combat sports. And as somebody who works over the region in the U.S. Northeast, man, I got to say, Western New York has some of the most educated combat sports fans that I've seen. These are guys that are sitting in the crowd enjoying the grappling as much as they're enjoying the striking. You guys are just a very smart seen out that way. I got to give credit to the fans out there. Some of the sharpest I've seen.
Thanks. We appreciate that very much. At least
Oh, yeah.
I'll take the appreciation for the fans. Next up, we had Brian Barker Herder versus Jason DeBundo from Atlas Jiu-Jitsu. So South Towns against Atlas. Man, those
This
Baker
was a
Herder
scary
boys,
one.
yeah, they kind of look like midgets. Like their body shape is so like disproportionate, like to their head size. Such
It's that
strong
wrestler
grapplers.
build, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was this the fight that I had the line about Southtown's MMA, where I coined their new term?
No, that was the next one, right? The shorts.
Yeah, I think it may have been for Daniel. Not sure. I know it was a
Yeah, it
great
was for
line.
Dan, not Brian. So Brian's the one that got put to sleep. Dan's the one that went to the third round. Dan's the one with the funky shorts.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you coined the term.
Hey, they were great shorts, bro.
They are great shorts. Anyways, Brian went out. He went out pretty bad too. Jason.
He was holding on to the cage. Hey, Caveman.
Yeah.
He was holding on to the cage. Do you think he was out when he was holding on to the cage?
I think the only thing holding him in, because he's holding the cage, is keeping his shoulder up and it's keeping that choke just a little bit off his neck. As soon as I can't. Was it JP in the ring?
It was. I think it was JP.
Yeah, I think JP knocked his hand off. When his hand came off, like everything that was stopping, everything that was letting a little bit of blood get to his brain stopped, and he went out almost immediately as soon as that hand came off the cage, and they went down, and they didn't recognize it right away, and he swept him. He came on top. He's on top. He still got the guillotine in, and then they finally realized he was out, and they stopped it. It was a little bit scary for a second, but he came right back to. It wasn't too bad, but it was a quick snap he took there.
It's always bad when you see a guy spring back like that when they're released and they're out. You know they've been out for a fucking minute. Like he was stiff. They had to lift his legs and everything. And it was pretty scary being that close to it. There's two people we got to watch wake the fuck up last night. It was just not pleasant either time.
No,
Yeah.
so I gave Jason submission of the night. So it wasn't really any better than Brandon Hayes, but I thought the quality of opponent made the choke just that much better. I mean, Brian Herder is such a great wrestler. Like he's not a veteran of the game, but he's been in the game for a really long time. He doesn't got a lot of fights, but he's been around forever.
Yeah.
And so we gave Jason Diabundo the submission of the night. We gave him the $200. And I made fun of him because the picture on the poster of him in that rash guard, he looks like a 12-year-old. And I teased in the podcast, I teased him over and over again. And I gotta say, I'll own up to everything I said. I thought he was gonna get smashed in like 10 seconds. He surprised the shit out of me. He does not look anything like the poster picture though. So if he looked like the weigh-in picture in the poster, I would not have said any of those things that I said, just to be completely fair.
Yeah, he do look like a little kid in that post.
My dog is trying to fucking raise hell right now. I'm sorry if you guys hear Godzilla fucking up downtown Tokyo in the background.
That's all right. We're used to anything coming from your house, man. And we got Ray watching tentacle porn in the background all the time. So things are always crazy in Caveman's corner. So that was
we went for the bougie background today. Instead of doing the green screen with the logo, we went for the belt case.
Yeah. I like the belt case a lot. That's cool.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Fucking A, working on this collection. We'll get them.
Yeah. So then next up we had Zach Uterbank from 765 Top Team. He's supposed to be one of their best grapplers. He took on Jason Smeltzer from Synthesis Jiu-Jitsu, and he got put to sleep bad.
It was another devastating one.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Zach's grappling?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? He got choked out.
Yeah. I
Can't say much about it until we see some
Right.
actual-
What do you think about it, Caveman? I mean,
I was pumped because I want to see a 765 guy do good. Like Xavier was supposed to do good. He did do really well. He won. I was really, really excited to see Zach because they really built him up in 765. Like he was going to be somebody on the ground. And he completely, like, I agree
yeah,
with
but they
Chris
always
Line.
build up everybody there.
He looked lost. He was doing everything wrong. He was grabbing the head. He gave up his back, like all horrible things. And he ended up getting choked out. The guy wasn't even underneath his chin. He was on his jaw. So, man, that Schmelzer guy must have an amazing, amazing squeeze.
We
Put him
talked
out
about
through
this
the
on the
jaw.
broadcast too. It was like usually when you get that, and you'll see it in the UFC, the bicep, the forearm will go up the jawline here, but this was just that straight across to the
Yeah.
carotid artery. You were talking about that perfectly last night, Caveman. Broke it down beautifully on the broadcast. Really, man, anybody that sat down last night and listened to your commentary, gentlemen, was at school, myself included. Every time I go to that booth, I learn so much. So it's an honor to be welcomed into this K4 family with you guys. Seriously, so thank you for that.
Man, and you talk so well. You do the ad reads perfect. You keep us on track.
When the
You,
fucking fights let me, I do the ad reads. Oh my god, couldn't get a fucking word in edgewise last night.
Yeah, we should start doing the ad reads as they're walking down because there's no time for.
Oh, we got too much. We got to set the table at that point, especially with some of the stories these guys have. Like, how do you not go into detail about guys like Gabe Vega and the return that he's had, where he's just shown this new version of himself? How do we not set that table? I mean, some of the debuts, yeah, we'll have to do the ad reads then, but there's just certain, like, yeah, DeMonte Wilson's another one.
Dude, DeMonte Wilson. So he fought Pfeiffer and he smoked Pfeiffer in like a minute. Pfeiffer's a pretty good striker. This man, DeMonte Wilson, is someone we need to keep on the K4 card, man. I can't wait to
Oh
see
yeah.
you fight for the title. We want you back, and hopefully Keith can make that happen because you're the real deal, man. You're the truth. We can't wait to see you back on the stage.
I love them leg kicks.
Yeah, and a local guy too. Like he's got ties to the area, so perfect. Next up is Travis Rubio from Art of Combat versus Stephen Rich from Atlas Jiu-Jitsu. This is that submission that we were talking about earlier, and this was gonna be my pick for submission tonight. And Ray made a good point. He was like, "The man never tapped. It's not really submission of the night. It's really a TKO."
Yes, I can't disagree with that, but let's be honest, man. Had the ref not stopped that fight, Home Dog was looking at surgery.
Yeah, it was terrible. He posted a picture of him with the thumbs up on his Facebook, Rubio, and I'm glad they stopped that fight. He was in a very compromised position. Anyone else in the entire world would probably have tapped. I would have tapped. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm pretty tough, and I wouldn't have tapped. Or I would have tapped.
Ben did not want to hear them carrots snapping.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was fucking pissing my pants the entire time. And speaking of which, like I told Tom Kilkenny on the phone this morning, we were talking about that. Anybody that wants to tell me that stoppage is not justified, I'm going to give you an address. This is P.O. Box 459, Boonville, New York, 13309. You can send me your address. I will drive to your house and piss in your face because that was a completely justified stoppage. All right. These guys have 9 to 5s, as I said earlier, and that gentleman was saved from not only a day, he had to go get surgery. So
yeah, it was a bad one. I like Dorian's thing here. I just want to interrupt you. Ben's catchphrase, and this fight is sponsored by. Oh, that was the story of the night.
You still with me? Did I lose you guys?
Yeah, we got you. You're a little bit delayed, but we hear you. Ben is having internet issues. Ray's having stomach issues. He just ate at the buffet.
Yeah, at the casino.
Ben, funny as
Sure,
hell. I'll
what
piss
is
on his
going
face.
on here?
We can hear you pretty clearly. I'm not sure if you can hear us. You're about half a second behind, and I don't know.
Shit cut out on my end. It was showing me loading. But yeah, I was saying, like, you have my address. Send me yours. I'll drive to your house and piss in your face. Like, that was a beautiful stoppage. It was 100% justified. And that gentleman was saved from not only a broken arm, but last time I saw Cole Versace, you can message him and ask him what happened when he didn't fucking tap and his arm got snapped. You guys saw that last night in the booth. I showed you the video. He had to get
Yep.
2 surgeries and wasn't able to hold his fucking less than a year old kid. So good for Gamma
Yeah.
for saving that fighter.
Yeah. And man, not to take anything away from Stephen Rich either. He had him locked up. He had his body completely wrapped up. He had like a triangle in on him with it. He had the legs across his body. He had him dead to rights. He did such a good job maintaining that Kimura through all the positions. Travis was starting to escape. Every time he started to escape, Steve made that submission tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, just like you're supposed to. It was such a good display of jiu-jitsu. And just said, I kind of want to see the arm break, to be honest with you, because I like stuff like that.
Fucking
But
savage.
Bounce over here like
You
this,
must
and
be
then
from
he's like,
South Towns.
what's that?
I said you're a savage. You must be from South Towns MMA.
Yeah, dude, I love when that stuff happens. Even when it happens to me, I just want to see it all gross out and like bent and stuff. I love it when my body's like all crooked like that.
It was insane, man. Like, you hear an arm snap like that and you watch it go fucking not even 5 feet in front of you. You don't want to see that twice.
When I had my foot on backwards and my bones were all like out, that was like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like it didn't even hurt. It was so gross it didn't even hurt.
This is great. I'm going into shock. Like, all right.
It doesn't hurt at all. We're having a little bit of trouble getting our man Brett Malone on, so we'll catch him up with him on a different date. It's all right, Bet. We know you're trying, so you're still good with your money. We won't make you give it back, especially since you gave it away to all the teammates. Next up is Daniel Barker Herder. This is the where you coined the phrase versus Jack Fauci from Atlas Jiu Jitsu. And man, this was a banger too.
Fun fight. And like I said during that, and I'm going to say it again now because I've only got 9% battery left on my phone, so I might not be able to finish out this card with you guys, but they really are the tie-dye shirt of mixed martial arts gyms because you get every color on your tie-dye shirt. You get every look from South Towns MMA, man. You're going to get good wrestlers. You're going to get good strikers. You're going to get people that are good in the clinch and good with jiu-jitsu. There's a little bit of everything on the spectrum over there at South Towns MMA. They're the tie-dye shirt of mixed martial arts gyms.
I love that phrase, and I'm gonna call him that forever. Especially, I see Joe all the time. I see Jen, so I'm definitely gonna start calling him the tie-dye shirt of me. I love it. So
I can cook
so
something
Justin-
else up if like that's an insult to them. Like if they don't like tie-dye shirts, I can figure something out. But
I
I
like
thought
that so
worked
much.
great.
Yeah, Phil, it was great to see you. Hopefully, we'll see you in the gym. Man, I can't wait to get some more working with you. Dude, you have the ability to be very, very good. We just gotta hone you in, dude, and you're doing the right things.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Phil earlier, he's that guy that has all the tools. He's got everything he needs, and with a guy like Joe Taylor in his corner, just wants to get a little bit more jujitsu. Head on over there to you over there in Buffalo, Jeff, and get that jujitsu in. Yes, tie dye, Joe. Or Jen, excuse me, I'm having trouble reading
Jen.
here.
Jen and Joe Duffy.
Pull
Man,
my glasses up like I'm 70. Jesus.
So that was a great fight from her. Went to decision. Man, those shorts. It was hard to watch the fight with those shorts. He had some really nice shorts on.
He said he was going to win underwear of the night. Did you give him money?
No,
Underwear.
he didn't get the money. Couldn't quite give it to him. But super impressive performance. Him and Jack looked really good. Jack was really, really amazing. Yeah, Phil is gonna be something special. Dude. So Phil's a confident guy, but he's a little bit humble too. He always took everything I said when he came into the gym. Like, I think he's gonna be something special too. He's a really good, really solid wrestler. Next up was Joshua Reichart versus Skylar Netheri, 765 top team versus Buma. This is the one I was excited for. I didn't believe it was going to happen until it happened, and we saw the outcome.
So, Skyler got this knee injury. He told me about. What would you fight if you got a knee injury?
He almost
Is
had
this
no
for the
choice not to fight. I mean, he got the Matt herpes on him. He got the pulled out of the other fights. Like he talks so much shit, it's hard to not come and fight. He's got to do it, and he probably went in there injured, but it is what it is, you know. What do you think, Ben?
I think the best thing I can say about this fight, like there's two sides of the coin here. If you're Josh and especially Carol Reichardt, you're happy. You're feeling good about this. The mouths have been shut. So there's celebration on one side, but if you're 765 top team, I think the really only way that you can describe this is just like a like just cue the sad trombone, man. It was just a meniscus tear, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Say whatever you want. It was just an absolute one-sided performance.
right?
I'm not by any means a martial artist. I don't pretend to be anything other than a media guy. I don't call me a journalist because I'm not even one of those. But when I see, he was very adamant on making sure that we all knew about it, and he was making sure that we all, he wanted it mentioned on the broadcast as well, which in my experience, usually fighters aren't telling commentators or, like that's just, it was very unusual to me to hear that like, oh, he told me 2 weeks ago about this potential bucket handle tear. And now he was telling me and Ray in the locker rooms about it and wanted to make sure that it was mentioned on the broadcast. And I love Skylar. I'm not trying to talk bad about him, but to me that just, that stood out as weird. And then I'm seeing posts on Facebook last night. Then there's something about like an issue with his jaw that was mentioned. And it just, I don't know. It just seemed like that was maybe not the right fight. I'd like to maybe see him. I don't know, man. There's so much that K4 can do with these guys. I just don't think Josh Reichardt was it. DeMonte Wilson saying cap. I'm not sure if that's like he's saying that like I'm talking shit and lying, or if he's saying that Skylar was lying. But and I'm not saying Skylar was lying either. I'm just saying that like I have never in the fucking probably 1,000+ fights I've covered at this point, never have I had a fighter make sure that we were mentioning a pre-fight injury on the commentary, unless it was like a narrative that was out there during like a rumor mill type of situation. It's never been something that I've been asked to push. I am actually at about a 6% battery. So gentlemen, if I could steal the floor for a second, I would like to just kind of talk to, you guys included, because there's a sponsorship opportunity out there for each and every single one of you fighters, gyms, you guys here at Caveman's Corner, MMATco.com. If you head on over to their website and you put in the application, say that Benfield referred you, you guys can get on there. They drop ship your merch, so you don't have to go ordering 200 fucking shirts or 50 shirts, whatever. Your fans can order them even in between your fights. You have a permanent store up there, and they do it for gyms, they do it for fighters, they do it for shows. They've got my fucking bald-headed 600 follower ass up there, so I know they'll do it for fucking Caveman's Corner. All right, like you guys got one hell of a following here, and Western New York's got such an incredible fan base that I know you guys could really rock with a team like MMATco. It's made by fighters for fighters. You're gonna get what you want each time. They help you with banners. So, guys, fucking send me a message if you need help getting that, and I will. I'll help you guys get that sponsorship. I want to try to help give back to this community that has welcomed me with open arms.
Sounds like we're getting some merch, Ray.
Yes.
And if
Thank
you
you,
guys
Ben,
need
for
like
the
your
heads up.
fight shorts and shit, I know a wholesaler as well. I can help you get fight gear, whatever you need. Just PM me. I'm not charging you a markup. I'm not making money off you. I'm connecting you directly to the sources, guys. So whatever you need, just I'm here to help.
Sounds great, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, good.
Ben is
Let's
a
keep
good
fucking
dude,
riding
man.
this shit till the wheels fall off, gentlemen. We've got a couple more fights to talk about. I'm at about 6%.
All right. Next up was well, let's finish talking about this one. What did you think about the skill that Skylar showed? Like it looked like Josh just came out, took him down. That there was no
I
knee
don't
problem going
like.
on at that point.
What do you mean
Skylar said he
skill?
was
We saw nothing.
a
Like,
Skylar
I'm
said
not
that he was
trying to
gonna
be
take Josh
mean, but
down.
like, it's like asking, hey, Ben, you showed incredible jujitsu last night at the commentary table. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but Skylar wasn't able to get going. He wasn't able to do anything. So what do you mean? What did we see of his skill? He got taken down, his knee blew out, and according to him, and that was the end of the fight. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
it must have did hurt because he was crying like a little baby out there.
No, he definitely looked like he was in pain, but like
He was crying. He was crying. He was holding on his knee, crying. I mean, I would. That must have been a great acting job.
we did see
give him the
something
Oscar.
happen when he bucked with that last one. Like he reached up and grabbed his knee, and I was like, "Well, that's a stupid defense."
Yeah.
Like not thinking that he was like trying to reset his leg or whatever. And then you saw he went to buck, and I saw something kind of move at his knee. I don't know if it was like his muscles, the way they toned up when he pushed or whatever, but we saw something happen. And next thing you know, he was tapping, and I would have
All I gotta
loved to have
say,
seen Josh get up and spike his fucking mouthpiece into the mat. Like that just would have
thank
been
God
perfect.
Mark Coleman wasn't there, man. Mark Coleman.
You know what? That pisses me off because I have a fucking I don't know if you can see it, but I have the original Ultimate right there. And I was gonna bring that sumbitch for Mark Coleman to sign. Like I can get it out.
Oh,
We got
shit.
the fucking the original Ultimate
Hell
right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So we were gonna get Coleman to sign that. Yeah, I've got every UFC belt that they used. We got the OG, and then the Power Ranger belt. The BMF is down there too. So
Man, I love your collection, dog. You're a fucking savage.
more pro wrestling than anything, but we got our fucking MMA ones up there too. So
My man
17 belts
Ilfrey,
in
I agree
total.
with that. The loss hurts more than the injury. I agree. I would man, you just gotta fight through it. Like it just means your knee can't move. It doesn't hurt that bad.
Well, we were talking about it earlier in the broadcast. Pain versus instability.
Yep. Ilfrey doesn't stop for anything. Ilfrey's a savage. He actually, to be fair, like Ilfrey, this is my purple belt. Ilfrey, he was working with Skylar the first time Skylar came into my gym, so he was a little bit offended by Skylar talking shit about me. So like, he's definitely smashed Skylar next time we see each other. I'm always injured. Just let Robert Smith kick something and forget the original injury. Brett Malone. So Brett Malone went in with some injuries too, and I'm not gonna say what they are because I'm sure they're still bothering him. But he came in the gym. He's like, "Yeah, man, all this is hurting so bad." But then Rob kicked me, and now this hurts really bad. So I don't even worry about the other thing. 100% for you too, man. Thank you.
I know we are still like one fight away from talking about Brett Malone, but like Brett is one of those dudes that I'm so glad I'm on his good side because he's a scary motherfucker. Like he was the one that looked down cage side at us at the booth and it gave me goosebumps. I'm like, oh, this is a bad fucking dude right here. Like, okay, all right, we see you.
We'll talk about that when we get to Vega. We were scared of Vega a little bit too because we talked some shit about him.
Ray did. I didn't talk no shit about Gabe Vega.
Next up was Brian Cox from Elevation Combat Sports versus Brendan Fan from Church Street Muay Thai. And this was a banger. I thought this could have been fight of the night if Fan would have stayed with him a little bit more. But man, Brian Cox was so impressive.
This was
he got them hands. He was working them hands.
You saw a classic traditional Muay Thai striker versus a modern sloppy-ish dog ugly style striker, and it was really neat to see those two clash like that. But as the fight went on, man, Cox got stronger, LOL. And that's my favorite part about commentating. We get somebody with a last name like Cox, I'm a fucking child, all right? So of course I'm gonna say things to self-pop myself on the commentary. So I loved this guy as a fighter. I love commentating his fights because his last name. I loved everything about it. This dude had some windmill style punches. He looked fucking incredible. I am really a big fan of Brian Cox now, man. You're not going to convince me anymore or any way else. I am on this hype train, gentlemen.
He definitely got the better hand. He's a better boxer for sure.
I was a huge fan of Brendan Fan last time he was in. He looked so good, and for Brian Cox to make him look like he did, man, that guy is going places.
That's what I'm saying,
yeah.
dude.
I
Those
didn't even
Church
know
Street
about
guys.
the Cox stuff. Yeah, the Church Street guys are good. I didn't even realize what you were doing until after the fight when you said it, and I was playing back all the things you said, and I was like dying inside my head. It was hard for me to even go in there and interview him because I was just thinking all that going through my head when I was like walking up to the cage.
I commentated a female mixed martial arts bout where the last name of one of the combatants was Makuch, MCCUCH. So some good ones out there. Nonetheless,
Yeah, Brian, it was close. If your fight would have been just like the first round the whole way through, we would give you a fight of the night. It was really tough between you, Anthony Mixon, and then Valone and Walker. When we get to Valone and Walker, we'll talk about a little bit more. We just need to get more money raised so we can give like everybody more bonuses. So for December 9th, we're already going to start collecting money so we can give away more money. This time we raised $600 and then we threw in the rest of our own money and we came up with $800 to give away. The money we give away is usually just ours, so we can't afford to keep giving away like $1,000 every show. But if we can get some fan support, then we get the money to fighters that deserve it. And man, it looks really good. Without JCR Transport, we wouldn't even be able to do what we do. But they help us out so much, and Ed Rogers is awesome with the fighters, and he gives us money to give away to the fighters. He lets us choose who we want to give it to, and that was like my only main stipulation. And I'm happy that we're able to do this, man. And I think it makes K4 a little bit of a special show.
Right.
Gentlemen, I think we should pick one fighter. That money is usually raised crack profit. Jesus Christ, Dorian. Oh my God. I think we should all three of us go in and get a belt of some sort. Trophy Smack makes some beautiful title belts. I think the three of us should sit down together, design like a Warrior of the Night award, and have that in the form of a title to present to these K4 guys. I think this is a platform that is special enough to deserve that. It doesn't need to be with the same type of value as a K4 title does. It would have the same value as the medals that they award to the winners of each fight. It would just kind of be like a little something extra for them. Yeah, the K4 BMF belt. Let's fucking go, dude. That sumbitch would sit at South Towns.
Yeah, we could probably do that. Guys, let us know in the comments below or over the next couple of days. Do you guys want cash or do you guys want belts? Because
bro, let's do cash I'll go in on this with you guys. Like, let me fucking scoop in on this shit with you. You got Jewish Lightning just struck here, gave you a beautiful idea. All right, so I'll go in on the belt. We'll design it together. We'll sit down, put it together, and fucking make it happen, and give these guys some shit that I think they've earned at this point. Make that belt happen by December 9th. I'm going to tell you guys right now from personal experience, Trophy Smack, I submitted my design to them on a Sunday night at like fucking 7 o'clock, and I did a rush processing and had the belt in my hands by Saturday.
Damn.
That's a 6-day turnaround. So Trophy Smack is incredible.
Josh, you don't want those problems.
Holy fuck. I don't know if anybody's a Seinfeld fan. Go back to the classic Costanza. I think it moved. Oh my God. Like Reichart versus Malone. Like, Josh, you're gonna have to put on some weight to get to that one.
We'll feed him some cheeseburgers and make it happen.
Give him some of that Ray Arias breakfast pizza that he's always sharing.
Malone got right after I said it. He typed it. That's the best.
There's more Jewish lightning
so
tonight
anyways,
striking.
We got off the topic a little bit, but I just want to say once again that Brian Cox, man, what an outstanding performance.
Yes.
Super. I can't even put it into words like how impressed I was with this fight.
So you'd say that Cox has you speechless?
Cox has me speechless.
Hey, we got to watch out. We're going on YouTube.
Big fan of Cox.
Hey, and if you're watching on YouTube right now, because we can see that you are, make sure you like and subscribe. We're over 500. We're trying to get to 1,000. Help us out.
Like, subscribe, share the video, guys. There's a community tab. I really think you guys should let me try to help out a little bit with your community tab, because I can really help you guys start to monetize this YouTube. Brian Cox in the comment, appreciate you guys. Hey, dude, I appreciate you not just folding my laundry while I'm still wearing it for making these jokes. So thank you. You're the true MVP, Brian. Any 135ers except Daniel Baker Herder. Yeah, I'm not fucking around with Daniel Baker Herder either.
Yeah. Dude, he looks so fake. He looks like a UFC character you make, and then the face just goes
A
on
creative wrestler?
Yeah, like
those are two guys I'd like to grapple with just to see if I could survive longer than 30 seconds. I know I'm going to get absolutely fucking flatlined, but like, could I hang in there for more than like 25 seconds and some change? Probably
I bet
not.
you so, because they're really wrestling heavy. They go for submissions later, so you probably last at least 45 seconds for sure.
He's built like a World War II tank. Yes, he is, Dorian.
For sure. All right, next up was our fight of the night. It was Brett Vallone from Southtown's MMA versus Nicholas Walker for Empire Academy. Thought this fight was a where are you going, Ray? Jesus.
I had to grab my charger.
Yeah. I thought this fight was pretty good. It might or might not have been the best fight on the card. I mean, the Cox fight is very close, and the Mixon fight was very close for me. But there's the story behind it is what made it fight of the night for me. Both these guys took this fight on 9 days' notice. Nick Walker moved up a weight class. Brett Vallone is fighting a completely different style fighter. And one other thing that really touched me too is Brett was cutting weight for the fights on Friday, and someone went through his wallet, took all his money and his credit cards, so he ended up losing $200. And coincidentally, that's how much we're giving away. So between that and the fight itself and moving up in weight class, me and Ray sat down and I convinced Ray that we should make that fight of the night. So then I gave him money to Brett and Nick. Yeah. And then I gotta say this about Brett. So we gave Brett this money. He's like, "Oh, thank you. And the first thing he does, he goes and splits it with the Parker Herder boys.
Jesus Christ! What a fucking class act,
man. Yeah. And we got it on film too. This guy, man, Brett's a different kind of human being, and I was really proud to give him the money. And Nick Walker, man, did Nick Walker look good at 170? What do you think about that, Ben?
So first things first, I want to give Brett Vallone his flowers, but not literally, because I feel like he'd shit on him in front of me. Like, that's a guy you don't give him his flowers, you give him his case of beer. So as far as Brett Vallone, this is a guy that I really feel like has that potential to have a Cowboy Cerrone-esque star power. He's the fucking the average man's fighter. He's your blue collar fighter. How do you not love this guy? He is the type of dude that could transcend the sport in this area just because, like I said, he's that blue collar fighter. As far as Nick Walker, man, we said this on his walkout. I was toting it the whole time. This is how we are going to find out if Nick Walker is made to do this, if this is in his DNA. When you take these short notice fights, it shows that you have the mental power to do this. But is it in your heart of hearts to be a combat sports athlete? And we saw 100% without a doubt that Nicholas Walker was born and bred to be a combat sports athlete last night.
What do you think about Nick, Ray?
Well, Nick is just a great fighter. Him and Brett going at it, man, it was like a dream come true to watch these two athletes go at it. And I sparred with Brett, and Brett's a tough guy, man. And I know Nick is a tough guy. He's a scientist in there. Them body shots was brutal. Um, it was just a fucking unbelievable fight. I got so much respect for Nick Walker. He's one of my favorite fighters, and I can't wait to see the future for him.
A big future indeed. I talked with Brett sometime either really late last night or early this morning or today is sometime. I don't even know when it was. I haven't really slept since the fights yet, but he said that body shot right near the end of the first round really hurt him, and that's why he came out a little bit slower in the second and third, and that's why he changed his stance a little bit. And we talked about on the broadcast whether it was an injury or a body shot or fatigue, and he answered that question for me, and I didn't even ask him about it. He just said it right in the text that he sent me when he thanked me for helping him for the fight. And man, both these guys are awesome. They're super respectful to each other, and I think both guys' stock rose from this fight.
Yeah, I agree.
Ben stuck with his mouth open. That's awesome.
He was talking about
waiting for Brian Cox's right hand. Once Nick gets a rhythm, it's game over. Imagine having to deal with him weekly and sparring. I wish I could, man. I would love to see that. Nick
What would you love to see? I'm sorry.
I've ever thrown. You're back. You froze your mouth open. I was like, man, it looks like he's waiting for Brian Cox to punch him right in the mouth.
Yeah. Waiting for Cox. Here we go. I was saying I got 3% battery left. We might be able to pull this main event out, gentlemen.
All right, let's get to the main event before we lose Ben then. We got Gabriel Vega versus Keenan Hines. What did you think about this one, man? Main event.
Gabe Vega has built the hype and put himself in a main event through hard work. Like, this is a guy that has built his star power through his performance and his personality. And you know what I mean? That's just what it is. Like, he's put himself here. He took a loss against Nick Walker, came back, and has been a different guy ever since. I mean, that's what you want out of your combat sports athletes. He came in there and proved he wasn't a one-round knockout guy. He had a fucking point to prove, Ray, and I thank you for that because you gave us a great fight with your shit talk.
I'm the one that called it out, and Ray took the blame for it, so it's even better.
No, wait. Yeah, I mean, I guess he felt some type of way because I picked Keenan. So
yeah, he did pick Keenan. Ray picked Keenan too. I'm the one that said he doesn't have if it's not over by the second round, that he's probably gonna Keenan's probably gonna take over and win. And Ray picked Keenan to win the fight. So there's a lot of negativity coming from Caveman's corner for him.
Yeah, but guess what? Gabe Vega is a great fighter. He improved big time. He's faster. His kicks look good, and I think the training he did with Mike Stevens and Sean Doyle helped out big time.
Yeah, that was a huge addition to his camp. Those guys are probably some of the better Muay Thai and strikers that you can find actively here in the Western New York area. So I think that was a huge addition to this camp. And I love to see that. Like, there's a big difference between, for example, and I'll just use two regions, like Western New York versus the capital region. All right. Western New York, you guys are all about like helping each other out, train together unless we're fighting each other, and still sometimes even fucking them. Whereas the 518, man, like it's very tribalistic down there in some ways. So it's really cool to see this community here in Western New York be so willing to help each other. Keenan Hines really showed that he's got the heart of an athlete and the heart of a fighter in there. But Gabe Vega, man, his star power continues to rise, and this is a dude that he's coming for that title in the spring. I want to see it happen.
So I've been seeing a lot of shit talking about the way Keenan fought. during the fight, and I thought he fought the way he should fight. He just wasn't able to execute correctly. You need to make angles on Gabe Vega. You cannot stand in front of him. And I don't blame Keenan at all for moving side to side, making the fight a little bit slower paced. And to be honest with you, I thought if the fight was a little bit slower paced, Vega would get wild and Keenan would take over. I think he went in there with the right strategy to win. That's been the game plan. That's why I would put it in my fighter's head to beat Gabe. And Gabe just showed what an evolution of a fighter he made. He's just got way better. His sweeps were really good. His patience was good. His ring IQ is way up. That fight with Nick Walker changed the way that he fights. He really, really is paying attention to what's going on. He's understanding the tempo of the fight. He knows he can't get big. He apologized to me after the fight. He said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, it wasn't a great fight." I was like, "This is the best fight you've ever fought. This patience is gonna help you."
And as a coach, what more do you want?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ben.
Sorry, I was saying as a coach for Gabe Vega, what more do you want than to see your fighter improve the way that he has? It looks like I am about to end up leaving here by force with this dying battery. So, guys, I just wanted to make sure I said once again to anybody that needs gear, whatever, I'll connect you to the source for whatever. I'll help you guys land your sponsorships with MMA TCO, help you get your fight gear at a discounted price through actual wholesalers instead of paying somebody else's bills. I wanted to make sure I said again before I go, Nick Walker, you really proved that you are born and bred for this last night. Very, very impressed. Gabe Vega, you're on your way to being a star. Brett Vallone, like I said, could transcend this sport in this area with a Donald Cowboy Cerrone-esque star power. I truly believe it. But I just wanted to say on behalf of K4 and the booth last night, I wanted to thank Buffalo Cryo, Armstrong's Armory, you guys, Scrap Hone Sons, Birds Buds, and Fight Family. K4 wouldn't have been possible last night without those guys. And that's not me doing that because Keith asked me to, like he does with the ad reads at the show. That's me doing that because those guys deserve the attention for providing these opportunities to make K4 happen every time. So not only thank you to the sponsors I listed for K4, but thank you especially to the fighters I mentioned just a minute ago, but to every single fighter that competes on these cards. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. And it's an honor to cover all of you guys' combat sports journey. Oh, well, looks like I was the one to outlast the caveman. On that note, I'm going to throw down a smoke ball now, man. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart to welcoming you, for welcoming me into this Western New York combat sports scene. It is an honor to work with you guys and these fighters. On that note,
one more thing before Ben goes. Check out all the calls. We lost him. Check out all the calls. That's his podcast. We've been on it a couple of times. He's the man. Make sure you check out all the calls. Unless we're on, then watch us instead.
Yeah.
We're better than some Jew guy.
Yeah, that was a great fight though. Gabe Vega and his performance, man. I'm impressed with him, and I'm glad he won, and I can't wait to see him fight again.
Yeah, dude, Gabe.
Hopefully December 9th, he get a fight.
Gabe has really shown everything that he's got in him.
Yep.
He's shown that.
Hey man, so Caveman, you think that loss he had made him a better fighter?
Of course, so you need a bad performance. You don't necessarily need a loss, but bad performances really make you evaluate what's going on. And he was steamrolling everyone for a little bit there, and then he ran into Nick Walker, and then ever since, dude, he's a different kind of animal. And I would want to be across the cage with Gabe. He's got savage power in both hands.
Hell yeah.
Now he's got sweeps, and he's got all kinds of clinch work. He's
working with Sean Doyle and Mike Stevens.
For sure. I work for you guys, brother, not in promotion. Yeah, Ben's a good guy. He's a little bit of a weirdo. But Ray's a weirdo, I'm a weirdo, we're all weirdos, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it works. And if we weren't weird, dude, we wouldn't be wasting our time and energy and money trying to help guys that are also weird fighting in the cage, trying to give them some money so they can keep fighting. And we love all you guys. Well, not everybody, but we love most of you guys. There's some people we don't like.
All right, who we got next? Oh, that was the last fight? Wait,
that's the last fight, dude. That was the main event.
Oh, shit.
I would like to give a huge shout out to Keith Ferrant. We've been friends for a really long time, but I really appreciate him allowing me the chance to commentate, and I want to help make his show the best show that we possibly can. And I think giving away these bonuses helps out, helps the hype. I think doing the podcast helps the hype. Um, on top of that, he brings in good fighters. We want to help all
Yep.
you guys that are great fighters. And just like always, anytime you're on a K4 card, my door's open to you as Integrity Martial Arts. As long as you're a good person, you come in not trying to hurt my people or trying to hurt me. You're welcome to come in and train as much as you want. If you want to try and hurt someone, you can come in and try and hurt me if I talk some shit about you, but I'd appreciate you not coming after my guys. And
Please don't hurt me.
yeah, I want to help the promotion grow. I want to do it as a gym owner, and I want to do it as a commentator, and I want to do it as a fan of the sport. You are getting better, Gabe, and we'd love to see you fight for the title. It's about time.
Oh yeah.
Captain Caveman, Corporal Cocaine, and Major Weirdo in the booth last night. I like that. Ben's got all kinds of good lines, man. He's the best.
Oh yeah.
A boss. Oh, we love you too, Caveman. Dude, a boss. That was a very impressive performance. Very good. And then Dorian, I see Keenan training like I'm MF coming back and showing absolute violence. Keenan's great, but he has to fight. He doesn't have the same physical tools. He has to fight. He has to make that sidestep. He can't let Gabe come in on him. Like, people understand what kind of power Gabe's got and combinations. You can't let him set up to throw those. You got to keep him offline. So you got to have lateral movement.
I think Ken will be better, get better.
Yeah, for sure.
He gonna come back, and I think he's gonna. Oh shit! What I'm doing here?
I would say the next thing that he should work on. Thanks. No, Mixon, you make the fights better. Your fight was fucking amazing. If I was the main commentator, we would be Dewey Lewis in the news.
My Wi-Fi sucked.
Yeah, you do suck.
Hold on 1 second.
It might be mine too. Like, if you guys are all slowing down, it's probably me because I got the main output here. Oh, Ray's gone. I forgot what I was gonna say because Ray disappeared.
Hold up.
You're like a fucking ghost, dude.
No, my Wi-Fi. I had to hook up the wire.
Oh, I would say one thing. I would say.
All right, I'm good now.
If Gabe and Keenan could both work on some elbows, it looked like it was their first elbow fight. There's some opportunities for elbows that they both missed. Yeah, exactly, Dorian. Yeah, exactly. And like, you can't. Gabe Vega is much too dangerous to play with in the pocket. You have to try and pick him apart from the outside, catch him coming in, go to the body, slow him down. Like, you don't want to be in a firefight with that man, even if you're a bigger gentleman. Internet in the slot. We got the 765 internet going on right now. So Todd Banks versus Nicholas Walker for a belt now after Todd wins at MMA Caster Cones event. Man, that could be. He did, man. He looked really sharp. The second round, when he adjusted to Jake what's his name? Jake Freely's straight right in the second round, man. For one round, Abbas, you looked so good. You looked like, man, like the potential that I see in you came out in that second round. You look really, really good, and it was awesome to see.
Yeah, boss.
Who's your favorite leg kicker of the night, Ray? I never asked you this.
I want to say, damn, I don't remember any leg kicks. Any good leg? Wait, there was some good leg kicks. I want to say, but I think that I forgot, Caveman. There was a lot of leg kicks. I know of one fight where there was a few leg kicks, and I was getting excited.
Mixon's had a bunch of leg kicks. Nick Walker didn't like Brett Valone's kicks. Mixon chewed that leg up. He did do a really good job.
Yeah, Mixon did have some good leg kicks. I'm trying to think.
Man, Bray,
Somebody
how
else.
could you forget this? Look, everyone in the whole crowd except for you remembered it, and you called the fight.
Mixon had some good leg kicks. There was some other people too. But
That the synthesis guy, what the hell is his name? The one that fought Pfeiffer. Jack Sheen had some awesome calf kicks. Remember he got Pfeiffer with a couple good calf kicks he
yeah,
liked. But
yep.
Mixon definitely landed the most volume. You know, Brandon Hay landed a couple nice ones in a row too. He had the double leg kick. I think Pat Tome threw some too.
Yeah, he did.
I call Ray the King kick every time I open the dude open. Motherfucker can't remember a single kick from last night. He's down in dementia.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the CTE is a real thing. It's hitting me Ray hard. Getting old.
Oh,
All right,
man.
let's get out here. We'll do our quick ad read. Thank you to JCR Transport. We really appreciate you, Ed Rogers. I know you help out fighters besides for us, but you help out K-Man's Corner more than anybody else that we've ever dealt with. You help me raise money for giving away fighter bonuses, and to me, that's one of the most important things that I can do as a commentator and really help these guys out. And man, everyone could use it. And the more we raise, the more we give away. So anyone that wants to donate to us, help us out, send us stars, send us cash. We'll get maybe we'll do a GoFundMe or something too.
Yeah.
We could pump a GoFundMe and see how much we can raise that way.
Yeah, like I said, when a fighter get happy to get money, it makes me happy.
Yes.
Seeing the fighters happy. So
Want Ray and Rob Smith to kick me for conditioning before December 9th event. You better get Ray oxygen mask. He's not gonna be able to keep up with Rob Smith. Sorry to your foot swollen, dog. Good work though. We'll definitely give Mixon the leg kick award for the night.
yes, we should do that. Leg kick award. Leg kick of the night.
We were doing that before we started giving away cash prizes. We used to do leg kick of the night, but now that we do the cash prizes,
That's true.
we switched it up. We went to like
That's
more
true.
traditional awards. We could just give away $800 for leg kick of the night, and we'll definitely get some leg kicks. All right. One more time, JCR Transport, thank you very much. If you're watching us, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Please share this page. Please like and subscribe everywhere you see our social media. Please don't watch tentacle porn. Stay away from it. You'll be addicted to like Ray, and you'll always be looking at your phone during the podcast. And always buy tickets from a fighter. Make sure you're supporting a fighter. Buy your tickets from a fighter. Don't just buy them and not help a fighter out. Next fight up in the local area is Castor Combs, November 18th. I got a guy there. We got some more local guys there, and or Pokemon. or Pokemon Mel Newell.
Oh man, who put that there?
Mel's back.
Man.
No one paid Ray to take off a shirt today, thank God, because we just ate at the buffet. Maybe we'll get you guys back paying Ray to take off a shirt. That was probably some of the coolest podcasts we had when they were paying you to take off your shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get people to pay to leave it on.
Yeah. I'm gonna take off my shirt, pay that money up.
Dorrance,
I felt like a slut too. I felt like a slut taking off my shirt.
Yeah. Kind of. Man, Dorian's hitting something hard. All right, we're gonna get out of here before these comments get too out of control. Thank you once again. We appreciate all your support. Always love K-Man's Corner, and we'll take care of the fighters. Till next time, we're out.
Peace.